Hi, my name is Vishal. Let's see the parenting and grouping methods in Maya. Firstly, I would like to start with the parent. For that, I'll take a cube and a sphere. Both are created at the origin. I'll move the sphere, and if you see the transform values here, the cube has got the freezed values, whereas the sphere has got -7 in the translation Z. Okay, so I just move the I just rotate this object and move somewhere. Now if you make this particular object value to 0, it will go to the origin, and you do that for this, it will also go to the origin. But I don't want to do that. Just we just try to understand this. Okay, -7, and here some odd numbers. Let's keep it to a round number. 6 minus 3 minus 45. Okay, so 6 minus 3 and 45. So let me select these two objects, and then without doing anything in the options, just the default settings, I'll just make a parent and child relationship. Okay, while you're doing parent and child relationship, first you need to select the child, then you need to select the parent. So I'm doing that. Now once you have done that, if you select the parent object and move it, the child will follow. You scale, the child will scale. You rotate, the child will rotate. Okay, but when you are moving the child, the parent doesn't get affected with its transformation, because child is free. It can move anywhere, but when the parent moves, the child should definitely follow the parent. You move the parent, the child will move. You move the child, parent doesn't move. Okay, that's the whole idea here. So I just go to edit and then unparent it. Okay, now here we have two things to understand. So firstly is we have preserve position. Okay, so preserve position will preserve the position of the child object. So what does that mean? So I'll switch this option. So it will not preserve the position. That means it will move the sphere somewhere else. So we'll see how it will move it. So I just parent it. Now you see, the sphere, earlier it was its pole is saying up, and it is somewhere here. But when I do the parent and child relation with the preserve position off, its position has been altered. Now where did it go is the point. Is there any specific point it is reaching, or any specific orientation it is reaching? Yes, if you select the parent, okay, if you see, this is y axis, this is z axis, this is x axis. So the child is to the parent -7 units. Okay, maintaining its orientation, it has got the orientation there. That's what it has done. It has changed its position so that it has taken -7 value in the z axis. Now what is -7 value? It is a value which was already there in the polygon sphere. Okay, so when I do the parenting with the preserve position off, so it went to the parent's -z -7 value. It went there. That's, now if I select this sphere and then make the value to 0, it will go to the parent's origin. Okay, that's what it is doing. Now the other one was preserve the position. So it will preserve the position. Now we know the sphere has got -7 value here. Now it will preserve the position. so that from this point how much units away this object is, that values has been given to the child without affecting its position. So that is something really you should understand. Now we have instance method. In instance method, when I have selected the sphere and the cube and then made a parent and child relationship, the sphere stays the same. It will make a copy which is an instance type copy, and that instance will follow the parent, not the original one. Now the advantage in instance is you change anything to the parent, the child gets that effect there. So you can do anything and its effect can be seen here. So when you are doing this parent and child relationship, unparenting is like you need to select the child and then you need to unparent it. But again, what type of parent it was, whether it was normal parenting or instance parenting. So if it is instance parenting, I need to set instance related option, that is remove instance and then unparent. If it is a normal parenting, then I need to unparent it with this method here. Okay. I just go to the edit and then just do the parent, which was one of the method. You can do that from the outliner also. You need to select this child object, use middle mouse button, drag and drop onto the cube. Or to unparent this, you need to select that child object, use middle mouse button, drop into the empty area. If you don't see the empty area, drop anywhere between the objects. So don't drop on the top or don't drop on the front, but in between that. How do I know? You could see there is a box, there's a line, there's a box, there's a line. So you should get a line. If you get a box, you're making this sphere as a child to the top camera. So anywhere you drop, but make sure that you're dropping in the middle of the objects, like that, and that will become the unparent. And if you feel that the parent and parent in the outliner is hard, you can also use this window called hypergraph. In hypergraph, you got two types of windows. One is hierarchy and another one is connections. So open the hypergraph hierarchy window and then select the sphere, drop onto the cube with the middle mouse button. To unparent it, drop in the empty area. Parent and child, unparent. You can also select the child, then the parent, then on keyboard press P. To unparent, select the child object. On keyboard press Shift P. So there are 4 different ways. One is by the tool method, another one is by the keyboard shortcut method, the third one is by outliner method, fourth one is by hypergraph method. You can do the parent and child in all these methods. So let's see the group here. So I'm selecting the sphere and a cube, a cylinder, 3 different types of objects, and I'm going to select these 3 objects and I'm going to scale them. Okay. Actually these are 3 different pieces, okay, of one character maybe, or maybe of one entity. Let's say if I create this and then create this and then create now, if you see, I've got 3 different pieces, but if I have to rotate them, okay, they are not rotating as a character altogether. So what we basically do is we generally group it. Now if you see, there are three different parts grouped together, and then that group can be named as maybe character. And now if I select the character, okay, it moves as single page. If I don't do the group, I have to I get the problem here of scaling three different pieces individually on their own pivots, or maybe when rotating also I get the similar problem. So grouping generally addresses that problem, and also in rigging it is a very important aspect. So grouping is very simple, as you saw. So if I select the ungroup, the group will be gone. So keyboard shortcut is select all the objects, press Ctrl G, and if I go to the edit, and then we have an option called ungroup here, which will ungroup the whole thing there. Okay, I need to select from the outliner, and if I have got the hierarchy here, if you see the outliner here, if I, let's say, select the sphere, I just use up arrow key, and then I got the selection there. Normally just click like that, that's one thing, or select the object and then press up arrow key, and that would select the group. And the other way is click this button here, and then you have selected the group directly. This is object, which will select an object. This is hierarchy, which will select the hierarchy. And there are some options which are there inside the group here, and what are they? I'll show you. For that I will create instance here. Okay, now there are three different sets here. These two balls will become the child of the cube. So I'll use the parent and child relationship with the default settings. Now select these two objects and then apply parent. Then select these two objects and that one, apply parent. Now if you see the outliner, cube and sphere, cube and to sphere, cube and to sphere. Now if anybody tries to do the grouping of three balls here, okay, if I just group them, now where that group will go is the point here. So let's go to the grouping, and then we have option called group under parent. Now these two spheres are the child of the cube. If I select these two spheres and then group it, now what happens is these two spheres will be grouped and the group will be under the parent. See that, under the parent. Now this is one instance. If I select three objects, okay, these three objects are of three different parents, and then I group it. Now you see that group has, gone out of the parent. Okay, and it's not really understanding to under which parent should I do this. That's why it went to the world. There could be another instance. Okay, another instance is like, for example, there's a cube, then so these two will become the child of this, these two will become the child of this, these two will become the child of this, and these three become the child of this. Now there is a complex hierarchy, you should see that. So when you select different objects in the hierarchy, okay, and then group it, so its placement is again affected. You see, it is under the parent object only. Okay, now earlier it was like you should see again it's in the parent. So when we are in when we are doing a complex hierarchy, then grouping things of different objects in hierarchy, then where does that group go is what this whole thing is about. Now if I say put under world, so it will bring everything out of the hierarchy. Okay, that's the world option, and that's the parent option. Now there are 4 objects here, and then if I just group them, and the pivot point should be at the center, so it will be in the center. If I put that to origin, then it will be at the origin, and you know the preserve position, what that will do. So you need to check that option there.